Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here. It is Thursday, February 22nd, 2024, a moment after 6:30 a.m., and I am so glad that you're able to join me this morning here at Forex Smart Trade. Our goal is simple. We want to help you become the best version of yourself, and our formula for doing that is by teaching you how to trade with our simple but highly accurate proprietary trading indicators. These indicators have been around for more than a quarter of a century. They've made many a trader lots of money, including myself. And we want to share it with you so that you can do it too. And the purpose of the session is to show you one of the dozen different trade strategies. I'm going to show you the one that I principally trade with, so that you can see how it works and see if it works for you, see if it might work for you. So with that, let's get started. We first need to listen to this guy, and we will see what we've got available this morning for some trades.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the things that I believe makes us successful is we are continuously training people. And one of the ways we train, we've got multiple methods that we use to teach you. One is we've got recorded videos. Two is we do these live trade sessions where an experienced trader comes online, walks you through their analysis, so it becomes a teaching process, a teaching mechanism, and then you also get a good trade out of it. I do 3 live trades a week, Tuesday and Thursday morning and Monday afternoon. I also send out a trade setup every afternoon around 4:15. If you took last night's trade setup, there was a buy on both the Euro USD and the Pound Yen. Both closed profitably. You would have made some money. And then when you become a regular member, we have sessions every morning at 10, most evenings at 10. We've got a couple in the afternoon at 6. And then again, one of our keys is that we do the continuous training. When you get into our program, you're connected to us for a year. And part of that connection is we're so confident we let you trade with our money, but we are continuously training. Because you're trading with our money, we don't want you to lose it. So we're constantly working with you to improve your skill set. So every Wednesday evening, there's an advanced session, and every Saturday morning, back to the basics, where we're just going back over and over and over again the basics to refresh. Professional athletes still go through basic drills to keep their skills sharp. I work off of a little checklist that helps me stay focused and so I don't forget anything. Checklists, for those of you who know, I'm a former university professor, so I do look at research. and checklists have been shown to help you perform better. So I use one, makes sure I don't miss anything on my kind of walk through things. Every day, it's good to just restart your green chart to clear out the memory and pick up any updates. Also, good habit is at the end of every day is in order to get better, you need to look at what didn't quite go the way you wanted and figure out why, if there is a why, and add those corrections to your trading toolbox. So when you don't have a good day, you need to go back and take a look. And one of the great things about our indicators is it's got a built-in simulator so that you can go back to that specific time and look at what you were looking at that time when you took the trade and figure out what was it that I didn't see here when I took the trade. And we are big proponents of back testing, where you just go into the simulator, you pick a time, and then you can run forward and look at 100 different trades and get it down so that when you see that trigger, you know that trade is good and it's gonna win at 70, 80, 90% of the time. I was just working with somebody who his trading had become he wasn't making any money. He was breaking even. Breaking even is okay, breaking even isn't bad. You're not losing money, but you're not making money. We went back and started doing some back testing together, and we were able to isolate a couple different things that changed his accuracy and brought it up to 92%. And now he is confidently trading at 92% and making money. So that review is a very useful exercise. We are technical traders. We are trading based on the price action. Our indicators are very good at predicting which direction the market's going to go. However, news does impact currency, and we want to know what those news events are. And the best place I found to get them, or the place I like to get them, is Forex Factory. Forex Factory breaks news down into 3 components. Yellow, which is low impact. I ignore these. Orange, which is medium impact. I generally also ignore these, but some people do pay attention to them. And red, which is high impact. So this morning we've got a red at 8:30 on the USD on unemployment claims, and another one at 9:45 on manufacturing PMI. So my experience has been on things like this where there's it's a published number. This number is already figured out, and they're just announcing what it is this morning. So people who are connected to people who know what this number is tend to find out what it is before it's publicly released, and it starts to skew the trading a little bit before 8:30. So I just try to stay out of it from 2 hours beforehand. That is trading with the indicators. Last thing we need to be aware of is it is a bank holiday in Japan today. On bank holidays, I generally don't trade that specific pair because the volume's way down because the banks aren't trading. So we're not going to trade the yen this morning or the USD. The trade that I am going to do, we've got, as I mentioned, a dozen different signals. The one I'm going to do is the 10-point trade signal. Basically, what it's trying to do is get all 3 sections of the chart to have all the lines go in the same direction. And if we're able to do that, we've got a good trade. So I can use this trade off of any time frame, but I like to use it off of a 1-hour chart. On a 1-hour chart, a trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot is 11. So you'll see on my trade results, I'm generally trading a lot size of 10, going to count over $100,000. And 11 pips is about $1,100. So so you will see, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. I will sometimes increase that when I've made the money I wanted to make for the day, and if I get more trades in, that's great. So with that, let's get going and see what we've got. The chart I'm going to trade off is the Light 6 Major. It's one of the standard charts. It is a composite chart. It is showing 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, they're all US based. As I mentioned, I like to start with the middle section of the chart, which we call the majors and minors. Red and green line is the major indicator. Black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the overbought line. So when the market's overbought, I am looking for situations where all the lines are pointing down, as they are here. And I've got what I call the double cross, where the red line is crossed over the green and the black line is crossed over the gray. So those are the 3 points that I'm looking for. So I have that here. A couple other things that I look at that aren't points is I look at what the slope of the green line is, and the slope here is very good. It's greater than 45 degrees. I look at the position, and the position, I like it to be a little bit less than halfway, halfway or less. I want to catch this here and ride it down through the channel, or if the lines are below this horizontal red line, which is the oversold line, I want to catch them going up. Right here, since we're a little bit over past the green line, I'm gonna pass. We also have news coming up. Can I get 11 pips from here as it runs through? Yes, I can. But it's just not part of my trade strategy. I'd rather take less trades, and have them all be right than to have more trades and have to work out of a hole because I've lost something. I've lost on one of them. So that's my strategy. You'll also notice on this strategy, I'm not as interested in the entry as I am in the direction. If I can get the direction right, I'm going to make money. So I will give up a little bit on the entry to just make sure the direction is the way I want it to go. Euro USD, we are almost oversold. Everybody's going down, so we're going to pass. I wanted to catch this guy up here. Had I caught it up here, now this was trading off of some news, it looks like this morning, because we had the big up and then the retracement. That's 26 pips over 3 hours. Get this down candle, so I would have been able to carve out my 11 pips pretty fast. Now, I don't know if I would have traded this because we had that big up move. There's some other things that go into it, but right now we're just looking at the kind of the straight. Is the signal there or is the signal not there? When this turned, this is a long way from entering the channel. I prefer a turn like this where it's just about ready to enter the channel and it turns. Pound USD, overbought, everybody's going down, and we've got the double cross. So we've got the 3 points, but again, I don't like this because the green line is a little bit more than halfway. I don't mind that the gray line is run through the minor indicator on the trade, but I do care about where this green line is. So in terms of setup, here on the US Canadian dollar, this is a good setup. Oversold, everybody is going up, double cross, green's on top, gray's on top. Green line is a little less than halfway. So I've got 3 points here. I like that the green line, the slope on the green line is more than 45 degrees. I like that the green line has a kink in it where it's going from less steep to more steep. So 3 points here. But on my TNTs, I want at least 3 of these 4 lines, and each of these lines is measuring something different. Thin orange is going up, telling me buy. Thick orange is flat. It's not going up. So I only have one of the thin oranges in my favor. Thick blue is going down. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue comes down, that means buy. So thick blue is telling me buy, but dotted blue is going up, telling me sell. So I only have 2 of the 4 here. I want at least 3 of the 4 here. So even though this is good, this doesn't confirm it. If I get confirmation from the middle section, the top section, and the bottom section, I get a good trade. Now here, I've got downward pressure, but the green line is on top and it's pulling away from the red line. This is worth a point. So I've got a point here. I've got 3 points here, but I only have 2 points here. I want to have 3 points here. So I'm going to pass. Dollar Swiss franc overbought, and it looks like the move is starting to run out of gas. Dollar yen, 3/4 of the way through the channel, going up. So nothing there. We're not going to trade this either because of the bank holiday. So I've cloned this chart. And these are non-US pairs. So euro pound, we're more than halfway through the channel, so we're going to pass. Australian dollar yen. Trading off of a 1-hour chart, you need to be aware of what time it is in the 2 markets for the pairs. In Australia, it's I think it's 14 hours difference, at least in one part of Australia. So that's the middle of the night. And in Japan, I think it's 12 hours. So it's evening in both of these. On a 1-hour chart, I'm looking to get in and out within 1 to 3 hours. If this isn't actively trading, it's going to take longer for my move to materialize. So I'm not going to trade AUD, JPY at this time of the day. So I'm going to pass on this. But this is okay. Well, we get nothing here on the TNTs. We get nothing here. Euro, Canadian dollar, oversold going down. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. We've got disagreement. Majors are sideways, minors are going down. Pound yen, everybody's going down, and we're more than halfway, so we're going to pass. And Euro AUD, we've got disagreement between the majors and minors. So let's go to the next group and see what we've got. Canadian dollar, yen, majors are sideways, so we're going to pass. Euro, New Zealand, disagreement between the majors and minors. Majors going up, minors going down. Pound, New Zealand, majors sideways, minors going down. Pound, New Zealand dollar, everybody's going down, just reaching over sold. New Zealand dollar, USD. Wow, this is incredible steepness here. And it looks like we're bouncing into some resistance here. We've got this steep down, but our candlesticks have are bouncing on a line in here. So we're going to pass. And Euro, Swiss franc, overbought and going up. So nothing there. Let's go to our last pair. So we've gone through 18. We haven't seen a good trade set up yet. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. We've got everybody going down, and the green line is just past the halfway mark. The slope here isn't great, but we've got kind of an upside down duck's bill that tends to suggest there's going to be more of a down move, but my TNTs aren't in agreement. So I'm going to pass. Again, if I get all three sections, that's a high probability trade. Will I sometimes trade if I just have if with just this information or just this information? Yes, but it'll typically only be on, say, the euro dollar. I won't make exceptions on a pair that I don't normally trade. But you need to know the rules in order to make exception to the rules, and have seen enough history so that you know that, okay, even though I don't have this by itself is enough. So, but with you guys in the morning, I want to make sure we have all of our ducks lined up so that we've got a good trade that I'm confident that we're going to make some money on. So oversold, majors going down, minors sideways, euro yen, everybody's still going down. Pound, Australian dollar, majors are sideways, minors going down. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, nothing here. Overbought, disagreement in the direction. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, overbought, and majors going up. We get the duck bill here, but the minors are sideways. So we've just gone through 24 pairs and didn't see anything. I want to, I'm going to change gears real quick and use a different strategy. That's one of the advantages of having multiple strategies. And when we train you, we're going to create a trade plan that's customized to you. Here's a little scalp trade, called the thick orange line trade. And what it does is it looks at what the position of the thick orange line is. Thick orange line is a scaled number. When it's as high as it can go, this number is at 10. And when it's at 10, it doesn't think there's any more up in the movement. So if there's no more up in the movement, that is a good time to sell. Likewise, when it is as low as it can go, like over here, it's at 0. When it's at 0, it doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. If there's no more down in the movement, that's a good time to buy. So let's go through and we'll see what we have. So 7 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. I'm looking for 0 or 10 or within 1 point of either end. 6 isn't close enough. 2.2 is close enough. So that's within 1. That's within 1 of 0. Then I confirm this by looking at where the red line is. And I want the red line on the major indicator to be below the horizontal red line. So when I have this at 0 or 10 or within 1, and this with the red line below that, and there's 5 minutes left in the hour. Right now there's 7, so we're a little early. But when there's 5 minutes left in the hour, at the top of the hour, this is a good trade. It's worth 5 pips. Now over here on the Swiss franc yen, 0, perfect. It's been at 0 for the last 2 hours, and we can see the red line is below. The red line of the major indicator is below the horizontal red line, which is the oversold line. So I've got condition 2 and condition 1. Now the only issue, remember, it's a bank holiday. Normally what happens is you can kind of think of this as you're pulling a rubber band. When the hour changes, when the new candle comes up, it's going to get us a little snap that's going to be worth 5 pips. But because it's a holiday, I'm not going to take this trade. But this is the signal I want. You can see if you took it last hour, you wouldn't have got it. There's still more down in the move. The indicators were here. The red line was just touching, just above the horizontal red line. The red line of the major was just above. Now it's below. So now it's a ripe trade, but it's a holiday. 0.36, yes, that's good. That's within 1 of 0. But look where what my majors are doing. My majors are still telling me there's down on the move. this guy here doesn't think there's any more down on the move. So we're going to pass. So let's see what else we've got. 0.9, yes. 0.9. And look where my red line is. My red line is way above my blue line. So I've got part 1 and part 2. So on the Euro Swiss franc, we're going to go ahead and take a 5 pip sell. 5 pip sell. So you can do that on your simulator. We're within the 5-minute window at the top of the hour. So let's I'm going to take it on MetaTrader 4. So this is Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc, I don't have it, so I'm going to open that up. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart, and it's going to probably be down in this third group, Euro Swiss franc. So here he is. I'm going to open that chart up. I am going to make it a 1-hour chart, so I'm looking at the same thing. Last thing I want to do is I want to check the spread. 30, 33.6. So it's a little over half a pip. So that's okay. On a 5 pip trade, it's okay to pay that. So I'm going to go to New Order. And I'm going to look at my lot size is going to be a function of how much is in my account. I'm going to move my decimal place over 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can take my ideal lot size is 1.12. 1.12. I can take anywhere from half of that to double it. I'm going to take double it today because this is probably the only trade we take on this. So 2.24. I'm going to take a market sell. It records the market sell. I am going to right click here, go to modify. And this trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. I just add an extra 0. I click this little blue button and it does the math for me. And because of the accuracy of this trade, we're going to use a 4-to-1 for our stop loss. So if I went for 5 pips, I'm going to put a 20 pip stop loss. So I add an extra 0. I do the right click. It does the math. But the last thing I like to check is I like to make sure I get the full 5 pips. And when it does the math, it does it based on wherever the price is right at that moment. So we got in at 95, 32.4, 95, 32.4. So if I take 5 away from that, it's going to go to 95, 27.4. 95, 27.4. And I click the little red modify button and it puts the markers in there, and I like to make sure I see everything. So here's my stop loss. Here's my take profit. So we took a sell on the Euro Swiss franc for 5 pips with a take profit of 0.95274. Take profit of 0.95274 and a stop loss of 0.95527. So a sell on the Euro Swiss franc with a take profit of 0.95274, and stop loss of 0.95527. I expect this trade to close within the next 90 minutes. And some people will wait to take this trade till the hour changes, and they'll want to see this number change by 1. So it would go down to 9 or less. I'm confident enough with it when I see this and this, it's a good trade. I don't need to wait, but let's just, just because we're together, let's see what this does. And when it shifts. So we've got 35 seconds. Tonight, I am going to be accompanying my son on a college visit, so there'll be no trade setup tonight. No trade setup tonight because I will be on the road. So we will reconvene again on Monday afternoon at 3:30. Monday afternoon at 3:30. So tonight there'll be no trade setup because I'll be going with my son to do a college visit. All right, it's gone down to 5. So this is good. This is pushed up a little bit, but we'll get this trade. As I said, we'll get this trade within the next hour. All right, gang, thanks so much for joining me. If you want to learn to trade, you need to find somebody who is good at it. Hopefully I've demonstrated that I am pretty good at it, who's interested in teaching you how to do it. We are interested in teaching you how to do it. We're so sure that we can do it, that we can teach you, that once we trained you, we let you trade with our money. And we don't want you losing our money, so we keep an eye on what you're doing and provide that safety net for you. Okay, gang, we will see you Monday afternoon at 3:30. Thanks so much for joining me. If you have any questions, best place to get a hold of me is to just schedule some time. And you can schedule some time by just going to forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. All right, thanks. See you later. Bye-bye.